Welcome back to the Star Trek Apologist, where we believe Star Trek is without error. If you have an error to submit, please submit it at the video in the link below. So, one of the simplest objections, as this Reddit poster put it, is that ships seem to move at the speed of plot, basically at the speed that they need for the plot to proceed. But, minus a specific instance, let's go right for the jugular. Star Trek V. They traveled from the neutral zone to the center of the galaxy in 6.7 hours. From Earth, the center of the galaxy is about 26,000 light years away. But, then again, in Q Who, the Enterprise was launched 7,000 light years. And it was estimated it would take 2 years, 7 months just to get to the nearest starbase, not even the 7,000 light years. One common explanation is that in Star Trek V, the faux god in the center of the galaxy gave Sybok the knowledge through telepathy of how to alter the engines in just such a way that would allow the Enterprise to travel that distance in that short space of time. Through this explanation, they explain how the Klingons get there by saying that they scan the Enterprise engines and reproduce the enhancements. While this might appear a good explanation, it falls apart when Kirk said,
"The center of the galaxy can't be reached. No ship has ever gone into the Great Barrier. No probe has ever returned."
This line destroys this theory because it indicates the Federation has been to the center of the galaxy before. So, we're here now. I should shut down my channel. After all, I failed in my first debunking episode.
So, this is goodbye.
Except, to understand what's going on, we might need to look elsewhere. But we will come back to Star Trek V because it connects in the most unusual way to the theory I have to outline. While attempting to broker a peace with the Hulking Council in the episode Mirror Mirror, the Enterprise had encountered a magnetic storm that Spock described as
standard ion type, Captain.
Of course, they may have to give it a different classification because of the effects that are documented in that episode. But, type? So there are different types of magnetic storms. So where have we heard the word magnetic storm before? Well, the Valiant, in Where No Man Has Gone Before, once experienced a magnetic storm. Now, there is a lot of apocryphal text going around that says the Valiant was sent towards the edge of the galaxy, but I don't buy that because it's questionable if the ship would have had warp drive. But even if it did, it would be way too primitive at that time to even think about such a mission. Now, when people think of the edge, they think of this edge, which is around 25 to 30,000 light years away. Exact numbers are hard to find due to the edge being hard to define. We think of this edge because they're used to looking at top-down maps. But if you consider the vertical, we are about 14 light years above the equatorial symmetry plane. This places us some 1,000 to 1,500 light years from the edge. So, how did the Valiant get there? Kirk does specify the old impulse engines were not strong enough to get them out of the storm. But while trying to get out of the storm, they were swept half a light year out of the galaxy.
The Valiant had encountered a magnetic space storm and was being swept in this direction.
The old impulse engines weren't strong enough.
Swept past this point, about a half light year out of the galaxy.
Now, just let that sink in. They were swept half a light year in what appears to be a short space of time in a direction they did not want to go. What type of magnetic storm can sweep a ship a half a light year against its will? I suspect this is a special type of storm that I have dubbed the magnetic corridor, lacking a name from canon. I also think that after this episode, Starfleet, maybe Spock, figured out how to use these corridors as a shortcut. But Because these are an effect of nature, Starfleet can't produce them. Their placement is at the will of what nature will allow. Thus, variable times to locations depending on the availability of a shortcut. Given that this is at the beginning of the first series, this will resolve a great deal of problems with space travel. But what can we tell about the nature of these storms? Back to Star Trek V, we know there is one that stretches from Federation space to the center of the galaxy. We also know that 200 years prior, there was a storm that pushed the Valiant out of the galaxy. So, now, for my final thoughts. It is my theory that these magnetic storms are caused by an equalization effect between the barriers at the center and the edge of the galaxy, one holding a positive and negative charge.